to our show Brian Green from the College and Career Access Center. Brian is College and Career Advisor and with the Office of Community Initiatives Coordinator. So a big title for a big job. Brian, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm still getting used to saying that title. It's
a
long.
lot.
Office Community Initiatives Coordinator.
Yeah. So yeah, really a lot that you do at the College and Career Access Center.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't think a title can really fully describe.
It can't really, because this is my 8th year of advising, and I always say I get new titles, but it's just a continuation and evolution of everything that I've been doing and then some. So it's definitely been taken 8 years to grow into, and it's a lot, but I'm really enjoying it.
Well, it seems like having that longevity with College and Career Access Center gives you a better relationship with some of the youngsters you are helping.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been at it long enough now that the students who were seniors in high school the first year I started are through a master's program.
Wow.
So that's kind of interesting, and some of them still reach out, and they'll send me things to look at. I have a student who just sent me her letter of intent for U of M School of Nursing, and she's been working with me over the years and sending me everything she writes, and it's really rewarding to watch those journeys happening in real time. So.
Well, it says to me that they probably wouldn't have chosen the path if it wasn't for you, if they're taking the time to include you in that.
That's what I tell myself, is that they're only there because of me.
Well, I'm sure there are people that, especially the people that you visit during the summer, that they told everybody when they graduated, yeah, they're going to Central, but they don't, and they start working, and they never follow their dreams.
Yeah. We show them what their potential can be. They've all got it in them. They're all brilliant students. But to be a part of their journey, that's what makes it all worth its while. And
the first step, though, is filling out the FAFSA form.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a federal application. It's the free application for federal student aid that a lot of students and their families spend some time crying and weeping over and pulling their hair out. But that's the other beauty of longevity. I've been at it long enough that I've seen that application probably over 1,500 times.
You probably fill it out blindfolded.
I fill it out in my sleep. I think about estimated family contributions in my dreams, and yeah, it's definitely one of our biggest draws at the College and Career Access Center. People coming in and saying, "Help me to the FAFSA. It's due again this year. I do it every year, but I come in and have you guys help me with it." So.
Well, I remember filling it out with my kids, and it's just. Once you started it's a lot of it's stuff in your head, but you do have to gather some information, and you're actually going to help people on the 15th.
Yep, that is our annual Fun Fall FAFSA event. So we open for extended hours that day, usually on a Saturday we're there noon to 5. This Saturday we'll be there from 11 to 7. It's an open house. Every student who comes in will receive prizes. They'll receive free lunch, the best barbecue north of Memphis, and most importantly, they'll walk away with a completed FAFSA if they bring in all the information.
And it's the best barbecue because you're the chef.
Look at that handsome lad on the flyer. Who's that?
El Verde.
El Verde.
El Verde. I'm saying it right?
Almost. Pretty close. El Verde.
Is that the green?
The green one. The one which is green in Spanish. So yeah, it was a play on the last name. So it is a fitting title for the king of barbecue.
All right, so
bold statement I got to live up to every year. So
if you want to sample, because you've done that, I think, every year.
Every year since I've been there, I have made barbecue. I made barbecue the first year just because it was easy to do and mass appeal. And over the years, I've said, hey, well, let's try something else. And it always comes down to, man, we're waiting on the barbecue. We can't wait for the barbecue. We now have students that come in and say, I'm just here for the barbecue. Did my FAFSA last week, but feed me.
So is it south of the border barbecue?
Yeah, it's Southern style. I'll give you a secret. I don't tell everybody. It started out as a traditional roasted pork shoulder that we do at the holidays in Puerto Rican culture. and I do that, but then I make my own homemade barbecue sauce to put over it. So it's kind of a unique recipe, but it's a crowd pleaser.
Well, I just might have to come.
I call it Southern style. Puerto Rico is south of, Memphis, so.
South of the Michigan-Indiana border.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, anyone can come, but it's for parents, grandparents, adults raising kids.
Yeah, the whole family is invited. The parent or guardian and the student will do the FAFSA, but we say bring your family, and we make it as much a party as a federal application can be. So we open the door and say, come on in. If you have a FAFSA, if you have questions about a FAFSA, if you have a family member or friend who's doing a FAFSA, come on in and see us, and it's a fun day.
What I saw, which stuck out to me, was do you want the 2020 tax information?
2021.
2021,
Yep.
okay.
Which is strange. It's always the prior tax year. So when they went to opening it on October 1st rather than January 1st, they decided to go to the prior
Okay.
because people have those taxes completed and you can jump right on them and get it done.
I remember that because it was people filling it out. We were filling it out in February and March. I was like, well, our taxes aren't done yet.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
problem solved.
Yeah.
The College and Career Access Center welcomes you, but if you can't make it, you do offer Zoom help?
Yes, yeah. So ever since COVID, we've made this a hybrid event. So if you're not able to make it and you're at home but you want to get it done, there's a link that you can follow. It'll be on our social media, it's on our website, and you can just go to that link, and we're going to have all day that day. We'll have advisors waiting for breakout rooms to take you in and
Cool.
do your FAFSA online.
There are other opportunities to get FAFSA help, actually every day.
Yeah.
But you've got some workshops.
Yeah. And this coming October 19th is our next one, and it actually is dedicated to FAFSA. So another outcome of COVID is that we decided to take our presentations that we would typically do in person and turn them into virtual workshops. So every month we cover a different topic, a different area of planning, and I try to set the topics and themes for the month based on what's happening in that season of the year for students. But I always tell students, if you have a question about any area, any topic, at the end we always save a little time and I'll answer any question you have on any topic, no matter what the month is.
Brian, did you have a lot of students that during COVID were struggling with college because they weren't in a traditional college setting?
Absolutely. Yeah, we had a lot of students who really, it was an emotional time to struggle, it was an academic time to struggle, but it really, what we found is that when we got through that, students were really eager to talk to us again and to see us and to come and say, wow, that was a tough period, but we say it's never too late. We're re-engaging anybody who was impacted by that. It just kind of brought to light how much there is to do and how much there is to know and how valuable the support is. And I don't say that to pat our own backs, but being there as a resource, we've just had a lot of students say, missed you, and we really, we see how valuable this help is now. And,
I think it's awesome.
They've come in from previous years even.
So FAFSA, people might say, oh, well, we've got a scholarship, or we're financially able to take care of college, or I'm not going to a traditional college. Should all of those people still fill out the FAFSA? In
my opinion, everybody should do a FAFSA because it just doesn't hurt. Your plans might change. You might discover that you're eligible for aid that you didn't know you were. And people will say, I'm not going to do the FAFSA because I'm not taking out loans. It's really just to determine your eligibility, and it's never a harm to know what your eligibility is and be able to make informed decisions based on what that app tells you. So I think everybody should fill one out. And that's part of what the college is going to ask you for, right? Sure. Even students who say, well, I'm not taking out any loans, if you are going to apply for scholarships, if you're getting aid through your institution, one of the things they're going to ask is, let's see confirmation of your FAFSA. So yeah, it's the primary starting point of funding your education. And someone that might be going right into a career,
right out of high school? Should they do that too?
Doesn't hurt,
Okay.
sure. Because a lot of times students will say, I'm going directly into the workforce. I'm going to go immediately into a job. And then they're a few months into that job and their employer says, you know, if you had an associate's degree, I'd promote you and pay you a little more. And, you know, we can't afford to, you know, fund your education, but boy, it sure would help. And then you've got that FAFSA in place, take a few courses, and yeah, you just never knowing what your future might hold and what opportunities there might be, you know,
That's
apply.
Yeah. And how much does it cost to use the College and Career Access Center?
That's the beauty. We're free. We're a nonprofit. All of our services are free to the student. Come on in, and whatever you need to do, whatever resource you need, we'll bring that to you.
I knew that answer.
I know.
Nice to see
It
you.
helps to hear it again, though.
Yeah, well, people might be, you know, fearful that you're there to collect money from them.
Right.
But that's not the case. It's all free.
It's no such thing as a free lunch, not on Saturday, and no such thing as free. Our services are all free.
I might come by myself. I've been talking about this.
Swing by for a
Yeah.
sandwich. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Might just check it out.
you have to.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks for having me.
He
Great to see you.
is College and Career Advisor, Office Community Initiatives Coordinator at the College and Career Access Center, Brian Green.